Oh, and welcome back, all you capitalist pigs. My name's Jason Stapleton, and this is the Forex Market Preview. Now, it is Sunday, and I plan to have this out by Sunday, and the reason that I'm recording this a little bit early, normally I do this on Monday mornings now rather than on Sundays, just simply because it gives me a little bit more time with my family. And I know this is Easter, so I hope that you all will apologize again for me working on such a very Christian of holidays. But I have an issue. My wife is due today for our fourth child, and I have a feeling that baby's going to come here pretty soon, and I want to make sure that I have this out to you. And so I am putting this together now rather than waiting until tomorrow and risk that I might not be able to get it to you. So again, going above and beyond the call of duty here, and I want to just share a couple of things with you, and so that you've got some stuff to look at here as the market opens. Now, I know I'm going to field a lot of questions on this. Yes, you're going to ask, how did you get eSignal charts up on your Mac? Well, I am using Parallels on my Mac. I have an iMac computer. I've got about 16 gigs of RAM in it, and I'm running Parallels alongside my regular Mac applications or Apple applications. So for anybody wondering, that's how I'm doing it, and I'm using eSignal charts. And this sort of works, so it's good enough. Not bad for what we're going to be using. But we're going to take a look at several things here, and I'm going to give you kind of my prediction, my scope on what's happening. And market has broken some pretty significant structure here, which would tend to indicate that we're seeing sentiment shift in the markets. We're going to start out here with Swissy Yen, which is not one that we look at very often, but it's put in a nice double top. Actually, this was a triple top here that the market put in. Initially the double top, and then came back in for the third initial test, and then boom, we broke structure. We broke structure right here. This is the structure line. We're looking at this on a daily chart. Okay? So there is your structure break. Now that has been defeated, we're looking at a couple of different things. We're looking at structure support around 80.04. And then we're also potentially looking at a 2618 trade for those of you who are familiar with the 2618. Depending on where this market will rally, we're going to be looking for approximately a 618 retracement to look for an area to sell in hopes of trend continuation. Now, how we come at this is pretty simple. We've hit a wall of resistance here at the high side, and then we've broken structure to the downside. This last structure level was broken, was violated. Now the market is sending you a signal at this point, and it is saying, I want to go lower. I have failed to make new highs, and I have made new lows. Now we need to wait and see where this market actually decides to rally. It may wait until it come all the way down here to 80.04 before rallying back up and looking for that 618 retracement. All we're going to do is just continue to watch this, and I've got a couple of these in today's Forex Market Preview that I'm going to show you. And it's always done the same way. It's very, very simple. And again, if you don't know how to trade this, I did about an hour, 2-hour session on 2618 trading. Very, very simple pattern, highly effective when traded correctly and consistently. So what we're looking for now is a retest of this level, somewhere around 90.50s. We're going to use the 618 as kind of our gun point, is what we're aiming for, is that 618. Now, if we come all the way down into 88.04s or 8800s, what you're also going to notice is there is this wall of resistance, support, and there's a high probability chance here that if we do rally back up, that 618 is going to be a very, very nice area to look to sell. So be looking at that for this week. Coming right in again, Euro Yen, same thing. Another yen pair, it looks almost exactly the same, almost an identical chart. And we're looking for, again, the rally into the 618. We've got structure coming in right down here. Now this is again on a daily chart. So if you want to, you can break this down even a little bit lower, down to the 4-hour chart, and look for good places to make your entry if this market rallies back up, giving you that 2618 trade. All right, let's look. Euro Pound has put in a very nice butterfly pattern here, coming in right along support around 82.41s. We're sitting right on it, 1414, coming in at major structure. ABCD pattern completion here. AB equals CD pattern, giving us a very, very nice butterfly going right down into support. We're looking at this again on a daily chart, and the next real level here is going to come in, all the way down here. Make it a little bit fatter for you guys so you guys can see it. So we've got quite a ways to move here. If we break 82.41s, we're going to 81.60s. high probability chance there. But pretty good chance we're going to see a little bit of a pop out of this one. I'd be looking for initially my targets on this. If I'm going to buy this at the open at 82.40, I'm going to be looking for initial targets. Let me drop down to a 4-hour. Actually, let me do this. Let me eyeball this first. Let me just drop a line in here so I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking at this support level here, and if I bring in my Fibonacci retracement from swing high to swing low, you're going to see that's going to be just shy of the 382. So let's go ahead and drop down to a 4-hour chart and see what we come up with on the 4-hour. All right. Going to be somewhere in here around 83.04. So you got 82.40s to 83.04, about a 50 or 60 pip pop out of that. And again, that's going to be a pretty decent place to look to take those profits off at. So I consolidate up here. We're going to be looking for stops somewhere underneath, somewhere around here, 82.07s or so. So you've got basically a little better than a 1-to-1 risk profile on here. Actually, it's probably closer to 2-to-1 if I take a look at this. Just go ahead and fatten it up and see for sure. Depending on where we open here. Yeah, you're looking at basically 1.5 to 1 on your risk-reward profile to target 1. So it's good enough to trade here. And again, coming on that major support is what makes this such a nice butterfly pattern, is when that butterfly completes at a major support level or resistance, depending on which way the pattern's facing. All right, let's take a look here on Euro. Everybody likes the Euro. I saw this one posted. This trade actually posted in the FX Ratio Room Facebook fan page, where everybody goes, and I think they just hit their 100th member for that. So congratulations, Akil, and all of you guys who are members of the Ratio Room. Little plug for the Ratio Room, $7 trials for anybody who wants to get in on that and see what we do in here. But if you like this stuff on the longer term time frames and you've got the time to hop in the live trading room during the day, Akil does this actually on 5-minute charts. So if you like ratios, you like structure analysis, fantastic room. I think they're up something like 25 or 27% for the year, and it's only April. So they've done very, very well in there. It's a very nice returning room. But let's take a look here. We've got a potential, this is a bat pattern setting up, okay? We need to break. There's a couple of different things setting up here. Number one is if we're sitting along this shelf at about 130.28, and you can see it. You can see the support, 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 and then we got some more support right here. If we break below this 132.28s, pretty good chance we're going to 127.22s. You look left, you got a nice structure level right in there as well. Really nice place to take a long position looking for the market to rally. Now what you also have here, hiding, is another pattern setting up. Looks something like this. And then, if I bring in my Fibonacci retracement, and I bring in my 886, you're going to have a very nice bat pattern going the other direction. Now, this gives credence to the termination here. So if you're looking to buy this smaller bat pattern, it sets up very nicely. That buy sets up very nicely for a completion of an 886 back here for another bat. Now this is a deep bat pattern retracement. Normally I wouldn't look at something that has that deep of a retracement, but because it lines up so well, and again this was one that one of the traders on the fan page was talking about. Because it lines up so nicely, it makes it an interesting play here. So you've got a couple of different options. I don't know what's going to happen here. If you talk about it fundamentally, I think the market is so fickle right now. Every tiny piece of news that comes out can shift the balance of power one way or the other, and then everybody thinks everything's okay in Europe, and then next thing you know, they're upset about it again, and the whole world is ending. And this is going to continue to be basically the name of the game for the indefinite future. And so I would just caution you guys about trying to play these fundamentals or listening to the news and trying to make your trading decisions based on that, because I think that's a loser's proposition, especially right now when there's so much happening and so much that the average trader has no comprehension of. It's just really critical that that you don't get caught up in that. Taking a look now at Pound New Zealand, again, we're looking at a major support level here that the market is sitting on. I'm on a 4-hour chart right now. Market sitting on that level. It certainly looks as though it wants to break lower. If it does break lower 93.42, we're looking for 90.58. So a several hundred pip move here is where the market is likely to go. If I bump this out to a daily chart, you'll see just what I mean in terms of the structure resistance coming in here, and you can see it. Look at how far back it goes. Look at the resistance here, the resistance here, the resistance here, and then the next logical support level, boom, is right there about 90.58, and you can see support back here as well. So if the market gets under that, and it's certainly, judging by the close of Thursday's candle, it certainly would look as though it is going to break lower. 90.58 is going to be the target. Now, let's take a look at Pound Yen. Pound Yen is sitting right on a shelf as well. I'm on a 4-hour chart right now, but if I bump it back out to a daily chart, you're going to see where we closed. Closing right on that level. If we go under this, we've got a little shelf here, but not a whole lot to talk about. The next major level is 125.72, with major resistance coming in back here. So again, if this does break lower, and we do have a break of structure coming in right here, this is a minor break coming in right there. If we do get under this 129.52's level, look for 125.70s. And it's almost 400 pip move there, guys. There's a significant move that could happen in here. And again, lots of different ways to play it. I will leave that to you as to how you want to take advantage of this. I teach a lot of courses and a lot of training, both on thought process and on strategy, on different ways that you can trade these patterns and these setups. But ultimately, it comes down to you and what you're comfortable with and what you're willing to risk. And you always have to be concerned with risk-reward. For now, that's about it. I was going to show you guys this pound, but we're running a little long on time. You've got actually two ABCD patterns that completed right along 160.64. And now the market's broken structure, and we've come back down in, and we're going to be looking for basically some trend continuation here. But market sentiment appears to be shifting. But again, we've been through this before. We've seen the market shift on some very, very bad news in Europe, only for the folks over in Europe to get together and calm the storms. And then we see people back in buying bonds and buying euro and Swiss franc and all that stuff. So just be cautious about taking this as I guess an indication that things are shifting long term. I think that at some point we're going to see that shift happen, and certainly we've seen market sentiment change over the last week, and we've seen breaks of structure across the board in many of the pairs, indicating that shift back towards dollar, out of the euro, out of the pound, into what is now still the safest currency on the planet, which is the dollar. We've also had some pretty good news come out in the U.S., but don't get sidetracked by that. Don't get deterred by that. Don't get sucked in by all the pundits and all the talking heads that start telling you all the reasons why you should be doing this or that. The chart will tell you everything you need to know about how to trade and when to trade. It will give you, just like it does right here, clear as day, the break of structure. And now once you see the break of structure, all you're looking for is the reversal. You're looking for that area where you can get in at a premium price. So guys, thank you so much. Please keep my wife and my family in your prayers this Easter holiday as she gets ready to do something that I would never want to do. And I'll put the picture together as soon as my new baby is here. But guys, thank you so much. Until next time, good luck and good trading. I'll talk to you soon.